Creating a GitHub repository. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm going to show you how to create a GitHub repository. I'm going to show you how to link it to your computer. I'm going to show you how to put some content in your repository. I'm going to show you to change that content. I'm also going to show you how to stage that content on your computer, make a commit, and send that commit back to GitHub where anybody can access it or download it, or if it's in private mode, some of your team members can get to it. It's actually really easy. Let me show you how to get rid of that repository after we're done, just to get it out of there if you don't want it anymore. So follow these steps. What you got to do is log on to the github.com page, log into your account, and it's really easy. From your dashboard, the first thing you're going to need to do is come up to this green button up here. I'm going to say green, go, green. It's almost self-explanatory. It says new repository. We're going to go ahead and click on it. Now this create repository information page comes up, and right here what happens is we have a field that we can name our repository. We're going to name it demo. Now, if you notice, we have a green check. What that means is this is the only repository with this name in GitHub. And I'm not saying that demo itself is. What they do is actually append the name on the account, which I have Justin Meskin, before your repository. So it's actually Justin Meskin/demo. And so what they're really saying is that there's only one Justin Meskin/demo in the entire GitHub. And that's verified by a little check mark right here. You can go in and put a description if you like. Pretty easy stuff. Now we have a couple options. Now the first button here, we have a public key. This is for any open source projects. This is for anything you want to put on GitHub that you want anyone to have access to. Anybody at all. Now if you're kind of a secretive person, or you're working on something that might be the next $1 million idea and you don't want everyone to have access to it, which is totally understandable, we're going to click on this private button. With this private button, this gives only you access to it. And once you have your private repository created, you can go and you can add your team members and whatnot. But at this point, we're gonna go ahead and click public. It's more of like an open source thing here. Anyone can get to this README file we're about to create. And so now we have this button right here. This is the initialize the repository with a README. And what that does is it basically gives your repository just a little bit of content. It's going to be an almost empty README file. Now, you're thinking, why would I do this? Why do I want an almost empty README file? Well, you don't want an empty repository. I mean, what is an empty repository? It's not even a thing. It's like actually like not a real it's a thing, but it's not really even like tangible. You can't find it really. If somebody was scrolling through your terminal, they would say, hey, what is this? It's nothing here, an empty folder. They wouldn't know it's a repository unless they had a README file that said, hey, this is a repository. Then you would know that you're actually in a repository. So we're going to go ahead and click that button. It's smart. You usually want to click that if you don't have any content in it yet. And then we're going to come to this little green button, all these little green buttons. What is the green button? So it says create repository. We're going to click on that button too. Get a good click. And voila, we've actually created repository. That was actually really self-explanatory and very easy. Now, what you want to have done is you want to have your computer and GitHub sync together. You do that with your SSH key. Now, that's kind of out of the scope of this tutorial. If you want to know how to do that, you can watch my video on creating an SSH key and linking it to GitHub. But for now, we're going to assume you've already seen that video and you've already done that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this repository right here, and we're going to go up, and there's another green button. Go figure, another green button, right? It says clone or download, and we're going to click on it. Now, you come down here, and there's a couple options here. It looks, well, hey, look, open on desktop, download to a zip. Well, yeah, you might think that those would be the options to click, but I'm not going to click on those. I'm going to tell you why. If you click on that download for zip, what it's going to do is it's going to create a zip file. It's going to download to your computer. But the problem is it's not going to initialize Git inside that repository. So you're not going to be able to like make changes, save changes, send it back. It's just going to actually save the actual repository right there on your computer. So what you're going to want to do is come up here and you want to click on this little address right here. We're going to go Command C on a Mac, and that's to copy. And we're going to come to the terminal. Now in the terminal, I'm going to show you how we're going to travel to any folder you want. I'm actually on my desktop, and I'm going to type git and then clone and then Command V. I want to make any typos. And there we go. Now let's open our folder. Oh, right there, demo. We created the repository. Now let's travel to it. See what's in there. Oh, there's our README file. So let's see what the README file says. We're going to use the VI and open up the README file. Oh, it says something like demo. That's what it created for us. It was basically an empty README file. So we're going to make a little change here. I'm just going to say, we're just going to call it change me, and then bang, 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 bling, 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 bling. Okay, and now I'm going to save that. Get out of the Vim. Okay, so now we have a small change. We changed that file. Now it's the exact same in the repository on GitHub. So what we want to do is we want to make this repository the same as that repository there. And how we're going to do that is we're going to use git add, and what this is going to stage all the changes we made. We're going to use the period. What the period is going to do is it's going to grab every change that we've made in our entire repository. You can actually just grab certain files and whatnot, but the period just grabs everything. It's like a wild card. And then we're going to type one more command, git commit -m, and we're going to call this change. And there it is. We've now made our first commit. And okay, now we have changes. We've staged them. We've made our first commit. And there's one more command is going to get you to push all this new commit to GitHub, and that's git push. We're going to say origin and master, and what that is, the branch that you're on is actually called the master branch. So we want to push that branch to GitHub. Push enter, and there it is. And we go back to GitHub, refresh the page, and here we go. Change me, bling, bling, bling. It's been done. We've now done it. We've now made changes and we've hosted them on GitHub. Now, anyone that travels right here to https://github.com/justinmessick/demo can now come here, click this button, and now if you click download zip, you will download this right here. Anyone can download that now, just like that. The changes have been made and saved. Now let's say you want to get rid of this because now you're like, crap, I have this demo, and what am I going to do with this demo repository? It's cluttering up my GitHub. Well, you come up here to settings, scroll all the way down the page, delete repository, and you got to type in the repository name, enter, and it's gone. Verified right here. Your repository address method has successfully been deleted. And we've done it. All right, that's it. Thank you for watching my video on how to create a GitHub repository, make a couple changes, and host it back to GitHub. Please check out my video on creating an SSH key and linking that to GitHub. Hope you come back and watch more videos.